What is that? Is that you?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Viewer Discretion Advised. Now,
I'm assuming. Yeah, that's you pouring the drink, isn't it?
it is me pouring coffee or urinating, one of the two. Wouldn't be the first time I've had my headphones on whilst going to the loo, playing a game, and having it broadcast. Luckily, I don't use Bluetooth headphones anymore for precisely that reason. Now I need to adjust this camera. This is Season 2, Episode 3 of The Security Guards. And that means our players are on their way back from Venus, having stolen the mask of Neil Arthur Tepp. And they are after one more relic item, which is an Egyptian D20 stored in the tomb of... I've forgotten the name of the damn pyramid. Well, this I had already decided that in the future they will have messed up the history. So yes, they'll call it the Tomb of Tutankhamun because he's the famous head and everything.
It's in the museum.
But the actual big it's in the museum, which is inside the pyramid.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the future. They've gutted it out. So you are currently flying on an interstellar spaceship, which is coming back from Venus.
Is it a return flight on the same ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Just wondered.
I'm pretty sure you got on the ship at the end of last session, although maybe you didn't. I don't know. You are now, anyway.
I'm not complaining.
You ought to, because you can see Earth, and you're flying past it.
This is our stop.
Did we make the right booking?
This is our stop.
Check a ticket. What's on the ticket?
Earth, Venus, Earth.
Oh, so something's gone terribly wrong.
Is there a way of getting to the front to ask what's going on?
Yes, you go to the front. There is a door that separates the passenger cabin from basically the pilot's cabin, if you like. The door says, secure door made in China.
I pull it.
It falls off the hinges.
Thought so. Oi,
But it is
Earth
locked.
is over there.
You stare into the pilot's cabin. It is full of machinery and two pilot chairs, which each have pilots in with their headphones on, and they look like they're deep in concentration. They're kind of hunched forward, looking at something.
They're listening to music.
Mr. Stop.
I take one of the headphones and just shout in their ear, "Oi!"
Okay, as you go to them and you pull the headphone, the whole body slumps over in the chair and just...
Oh, fuck. Are we the only three people on board as passengers?
There's a Louvatar as well.
Oh,
Okay.
Lutar's coming back. I didn't think she was going to come back.
Oh, Kevin, you're so happy about that. Okay, in that case, I go back and shout through to the others. The fucking pilots are unconscious.
Are you sure they're unconscious? Check them.
I've just done that, you fucking idiot. Of course I have.
They're not sleeping. Give them a shake.
Go through. Right, head
I've
into
shouted in their fucking ear and they slumped the other way.
head through to the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
Can a Louvatar maybe do an overdrive or something of the controls?
I'll ask.
I'm going to check for a pulse.
Okay. Could you make an intelligence plus medicine check?
Ooh.
Oh, actually, a little bit of medicine.
I'd really rather not. To put it bluntly,
I thought you were going to say that when there was a lack of movement.
in my defense, I didn't miss it by much.
There is no pulse.
It's worse than that. He's dead, May.
Okay, the point is, Earth is over there. We've gone past. We need to get it round.
Right.
So-
In the words of, that in the words of Joan Armour Trading's song, we need to drop the pilot. Let's get him out of here.
Okay.
Now there's
So-
an 80s song reference.
So, Dale, you removed the pilot and co-pilot from their seats.
I will try and I'll ask Aluvitar. Aluvitar, is there anything you can do with the ship's computer to get us down onto the planet, preferably safely?
I can't fly. I've not ever moved.
No, but you might be able
no.
to. You might be able to get the autopilot to come on.
The problem is, at the moment, no one's flying.
Autopilots don't land.
But it might be able to fly close enough that we can all jump off safely.
Um,
Oh,
Yeah, our
you're
problem is,
kidding.
Danny and Dale don't land either.
these kind of ships don't usually have one, famously, because you just point them at a planet and eventually you arrive, and then you need the human. So
We're not pointing. Can we point at the planet then? Oh no,
Okay.
well,
we're missing, aren't we? We're missing the planet totally. So we need to turn
Yeah,
around and go back.
we need to turn this bendy phallus round. And we need to, at the risk of a terrible pun, we need to penetrate the atmosphere.
Hey, I'm happy with that.
But in this ship,
In this ship.
does
I'm
anybody
gonna-
have a medicine skill of 3 or more?
Yes.
Could you roll it for me, please?
yes, I do.
I still did terribly. Presumably
How much did
intelligence
you
as well,
fail
yeah?
by?
Yeah,
Yeah, intelligence plus medicine, and you failed by 8.
If the zero
Okay.
is 10, then yes.
Yes, the 0 is 10.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, yes, they're dead. Kevin,
I-
would you like to check your intelligence plus medicine as well?
Intelligence plus medicine. So that is a fail.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you've removed the pilot and co-pilot from the chair. Presumably, then somebody's going to try and turn the ship around. Having never flown anything like this before, I think we will have at this point an intelligence plus pilot roll. Whoever's going to do it, it's one person only.
I've got 2 in pilot.
I've got 1 in pilot.
Okay. That's 2 and 1 I do respectively.
Oh dear.
Somebody could sit in the pilot's chair and assist, and by assist, what I mean is you can add half your pilot skill rounded down to the person who's rolling.
Half of 1 rounded down.
What I was hoping to do is look more at the consoles and see, is it targeted towards this, like maybe another planet or something? Has it been changed around?
No,
Well,
you can't read the controls until you make a roll.
What it means is is one way or the other. If Kevin's doing it, then Danny's adding nothing as a co-pilot. But if Danny makes the roll, Kevin gets to add 1 to Danny's roll.
That's still my 2 though.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Kevin
Uh,
just.
well, depends
do
who's
it.
got a higher intelligence.
So is it pilot and intelligence?
Intelligence plus pilot, yeah.
Oh God, we're in trouble.
What's your intelligence?
Oh, we made it by 1.
Okay. Well, Kevin forces his way to the pilot seat and turns the bird towards Earth.
Yes, just let me through. Let me take control of this.
So presumably, Danny, you get in the co-pilot seat to give him +1 on his forthcoming rolls.
I've got a
Yeah,
computer
sure.
to impress.
Okay, you are approaching Earth. The question is, do you know the correct procedures for landing a vessel like this in
You get
terms
close.
of traffic control and so forth?
No. I
Let
was-
me guess. We have to make the penis erect, shoot a giant laser signal towards air traffic control, and say, "Hi, we're here now."
We're going at maximum thrust.
Okay.
Penetrate the atmosphere at
um,
maximum thrust.
What I do is I take a look and like feel around under my seat and see in case there's any kind of instructions that are
Yeah.
under my seat.
Let's find the user manual.
Okay. In that case, Danny, what I'd like you to do is to roll under your reflexes plus mechatronics, please.
Okay. Yeah, made it.
Okay, so you start feeling around under your seat, and there's something that feels like you can pull it. So you start to pull it, and then you realise that's the ejector seat, and you let go.
How is that making it?
You passed the roll, so you didn't eject.
Okay, so no, there's no instructions. There's just the ejector lever.
Which at least you didn't pull before you needed to.
Does this thing have a lifeboat?
No.
So at least you
Oh, good.
wouldn't be guilty of premature ejection.
No.
Good question there from Kevin. Could you please roll intelligence plus corporate knowledge?
It's going to be no, isn't it?
All of us, or just
Just
not-
Kevin.
Well, Kevin's.
Oh,
has the
missed by
question.
2. Missed by 2.
Has anybody else got a corp knowledge of 4 or more?
Nope.
no? I've got a 3.
Oh, I
Okay.
had a 2.
So between you aren't sure without checking.
Well, it must
So
have
anyway,
a parachute on the back when it lands.
Yep. They're pointing the right way now, at least.
I'm going
So-
to crash then.
Could somebody make a perception plus pilot roll? It have to be one of the two pilots, so you can both have a go.
My perception's
We're
kind of-
preparing for re-entry.
Dale, what are you doing whilst they're trying to get the thing back to Earth?
I'm
Yes.
hanging on for dear life because I can see how this could very quickly fuck up.
I missed.
Okay, Danny?
Oh, you want me to roll as well?
Yeah, you're both in pilot seats, so you've both got a chance of seeing this.
Yeah, very, very missed.
Okay. And so it is that you head towards Earth, and you can see the continents looming larger and larger and larger. I'm just going to decide which one on a D6. Okay. Right, so you're heading towards a swirl of cloud. And you break through it, and you're going very fast, and there's Australia.
Ejector seats, maybe?
What we could do?
We're not about to fuck Australia again, are we?
There's very little to damage there. It's mostly empty.
Well, the only other thing I can think of is radioing or communicating with people saying Mayday, Mayday, we're going down, etc., etc. Or
Can I-
unless there's like a big brake we can pull. Like in Wallace and Gromit, they have a handbrake for the rocket.
Reflexes plus pilot, please.
No. My pilot is terrible.
Kevin?
I will attempt to level out if I can. But you want me to try and break
Still reflexes plus pilot.
reflexes plus pilot. That's not good, you know. Oh, I made it by 5.
Okay. You find the air brake as you break through the clouds and begin to shave off some speed. There's a hell of a whine. It didn't do this when you landed on Venus. It's making a lot of noise, but you are slowing down. Only things, as you're pulling back on the stick to try and level out, it's the whole thing is shaking. And given the design of the ship, you're fairly sure you're carrying a lot of forward momentum in the nose as it wobbles.
So I didn't go erect.
On the contrary, it's going to look like one of those vibrators that does the rotating thing.
I've never understood that, by the way.
That is not an area of which I can claim any expertise.
When they design these things, they really need to stiffen up the fuselage a bit. It's a bit.
Okay, so you're fairly sure that on your current path, as it were, you're going to crash somewhere in Australia.
Okay.
You might actually be able to land it.
Oh, okay. They level it out. That's good.
But it would be a hell of a risk. Or you of course have the option. You know you've got an ejector seat. So
can we please stop the spaceship?
If the pilot and co-pilot has ejector seats,
yeah.
Is there a button? I'm sort of looking at the console. Is there any kind of button that deploys like a parachute out the back?
Okay, could you make me? I think actually it'll be intelligence plus observation.
Plus observation. Okay.
Mm.
Too bad. No, I still miss by 9 because my dice are shit today.
Okay,
Find
so
some way to break this blockade ship.
This isn't a video game, Dale.
You've definitely lost speed.
The G-forces are affecting my face. I'm well aware it's not a fucking video game. It's really fucking strange in here.
So you've definitely lost speed, but you've not seemingly lost enough to level out. Now you can try and force the stick to level out, or you can kind of do what the plane wants to do and continue heading nose first towards Australia, or you can take another action. But it is continuing to decelerate.
Pull up.
or try and level out. I mean,
Okay, let's have a strength plus piloting roll, please.
Strength plus piloting. Okay, that's looking a lot better.
Phil gets a +1 for his because of me.
If you're assisting on this rather than rolling, then
Yay.
you'll get a +1.
Okay, well, I made that by 2.
Okay, so as you're pulling back, and it is definitely doing damage to the fuselage, but you manage to kind of ease it up to the point that now you have achieved more or less level flight. You are still decelerating, but you've kind of leveled out over northern Australia. You're heading towards the Pacific Ocean.
Can you turn it around?
I could try.
Yeah. By the way, Australia is not a great place, just so you know.
Yes, it's quite barren, but
it's a free state. There's no laws. There's no UIG presence. It's a dumping ground for all the world's depersonalized people.
oh, good. Maybe can we land in New Zealand or Japan? Can it make it that far?
Oh, you've got enough fuel to get halfway out the solar system.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, okay. Not fuel, but more like altitude and speed and shit.
Oh, well, your air brakes are still on. You've managed to level out. You're going only fast at the moment. You're quite low, so you're going low and fast.
So we're going to close the air brakes and make a turn towards Southeast Asia.
I can feel my teeth again. Oh.
So, yeah, you know where the air brakes are, so you turn them off. The whine the hellish whine from the engines has now stopped. Could you make an intelligence plus pilot roll for me? You get +1 from Danny.
Okay, so that's 6, 7, and that's spot on 7.
Okay, so you realise that the reason that the air brakes were struggling so much is that you still got the throttle open quite a lot. So you bring that back, but now see, this is good. You're learning the controls.
Just a bit late with it.
As long as we stay
You're
out.
not dead, so it's not that late. So you get the throttle under control, and so now you can kind of fly around. You've kind of got all of the basics mastered. It's just landing that's going to be interesting. So where do you want to go to? You were heading toward Egypt, if I understood.
Well, I mean, if we can make it that
we
far,
can.
perhaps we could land somewhere in Africa or Middle East.
But you certainly have the fuel. You will at various points be intercepted by various air defense systems that will launch and try to catch up with you and fail.
Okay.
Can we make it just
yes,
to
we are an interstellar ballistic phallus missile thingy.
If we can keep over the ocean, it'll be good because we won't have to dodge any mountains.
Okay, so
Should go up the Red Sea.
all right, so you make your way in the general direction toward Egypt. As you're coming into Comoros airspace, I'd like somebody to make, and this can be anyone, but if all three of you do it, then I'll be looking for 2 successes. Intelligence plus corporate knowledge.
I have 1 in corporate knowledge, so it's not going to be me.
Well, I have 2, so I'll be looking at trying to get under a 7.
I would be looking to get under an 8. So I guess it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see
Oh, I'm
how
the same,
much I fail. That would be by 4.
Okay, so now you're in the situation where, like, it's just you kind of went over the sea before. You saw various things pop up on the radar. You don't know what they were. They were just codes on a radar screen, right? But as you're coming into Comoros airspace, you're faced with the situation that you're trying to slow down, and there's definitely blips coming towards you. They're on an intercept course.
I have a feeling that their phallic objects are coming at our phallic objects, and I think their phallic objects are a bit more explosive.
There could be.
Is there any kind of communication device on this craft?
Yep. So let's have. Well, that is very much intelligence plus piloting to operate it.
To operate.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I would accept mechatronics.
Yes, that's much better. Yeah, made it by 2.
Okay. Yes, you get on the radio, completely failing to do all the protocols because you don't know them. So it's going to be a little bit of luck as to whether they're on the. You just happen to be on a frequency that they are monitoring. Oh, would you believe it? You waste it. So yes, it happened to have been left on the standard hailing frequency, which they've been calling you on for the last 5 minutes. This is Comoros Air Control to Bendy Phallus. Come in, Bendy Phallus.
Bendy Phallus responding. The pilots are dead. We are not pilots or any qualified pilots at all, so we're improvising. Thank you for your patience.
Any high value assets on board?
Kevin, does she?
Yes, definitely we do.
Apparently, we do.
Could we? Is that a cargo or passenger?
Passenger.
Could we have your passenger manifest, please?
I'd love to give it to you if I can find the damn thing.
Could you make an intelligence plus mechatronics roll, please?
No, failed it.
Okay, what about you,
My
Kevin? Because you're sat
dice
the other
is-
side of the radio, so...
My dice
So
is
this
terrible today.
Intelligence electronics. What's my electronics?
I've got a 13 in it as well. It's like,
Made it by 1.
Okay, yeah, the radio system actually has a button for transmitting the passenger manifest and cargo manifest. So you transmit the passenger manifest. Okay, there's a brief pause. We're just contacting Eurasian Inc. to see if they'll pay for the landing of their server.
well, obviously they will. It's Asia
What
Incorporated.
about us, though?
They
yes.
sent us up here in the first place.
Eurasian Inc. agents as well, yes. So we're just waiting for the response from them to see if they'll cover the costs. Otherwise, of course, we'll just destroy you to prevent collateral damage.
Fantastic.
What? Yes. Is it possible to appeal that decision before it takes place?
So now, what was previously radar blitz, you can now see you are being escorted, or approaching you are 2 Cyberlins with lots of weapons on them that are flying and sort of coming up next to you. Now, you are only on about quarter throttle at the moment, and their engine ports are glowing full red, so you reckon they must be gunning it to keep up with you.
Okay, so we could floor it if we need to.
You probably could if you needed to. A lot of time appears to be passing, though, and there has been no further response.
That's not necessarily good.
Why do I get the feeling that we're not exactly loved? I'm beginning to get the very real impression that our corporation holds us at a substantially lesser value than we perhaps considered ourselves to be. I honestly think one way or another, in this fucking craft, we are fucked.
You get a speaker call. All of them go off. It is Lord British.
Oh, hello, Lord British.
Hello, sir.
Do you have the Mask of Neil Arthur Tep on you?
Yes. We've just had to fly this fucking rocket down to Earth because your pilots have just decided.
Do not care.
to die.
It's 3 a.m. Shut up.
Why are
And
you
he hangs
calling
up.
then?
We just
He hangs up.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, landing has been approved. We're going to dip you down in the desert because that's nice and soft, and away from people. So right, if you could just point it toward Cairo, but not directly at, maybe 5 degrees left.
I'll do my best. Cairo-ish it is.
Okay, when you don't quite get it right, the Cyberlins actually bang into the ship to correct your course.
Oh, I hope they're paying for that damage.
Okay, now, could you describe to me the process you're going to go through to try and land?
Right.
Me personally, I am going to take the traditional position. I am going to head back to my seat. I am going to put my head between my legs and very, very subtly kiss my ass goodbye.
I thought what I do is I just reduce height, and if at the same time I'm reducing height, if Danny could just reduce speed until we're reasonably close to the ground, it would just cut the power.
Okay.
Oh, I could I?
You could, yeah, you could do that.
So is that what you're going to attempt?
Well, that's what I was considering of attempting. Yes, I don't know about getting this thing upright and landing vertically. That seems.
So you're pointing it at the ground slightly, and Danny's going to bring the speed down.
Yeah, and then maybe just at the last minute, just pull up to get the nose up, just really.
Okay. All right. So that's your plan. That's locked in. No changing it now. Yeah.
Okay.
So no point there. Just so I'm absolutely clear, at no point there, and
Well,
it's too late now.
If we can get the nose up just before we land, we can get the balls to touch first.
Why isn't it just
Okay.
like in a video game? You press the button, it reverts to the landing mode, and then it goes down.
So that's it. Then that's the plan. Locked in. Can't be changed. At no point did I hear mention of it, the air brake. So with that's what you're going to try and do. So first of all, let's see how well you lose altitude and Danny brings the speed down. So let's from both of you have. I think it's going to be reflexes plus piloting.
Oh, that's not good.
Actually, no, I think it's going to be. All right, no, we'll go with that.
Still failed it.
Yeah, I failed it.
Okay, so you put the nose down too far. Danny doesn't shave off enough speed, and neither of you managed to compensate for the fact that pointing it down will actually build up more speed. So at the very last moment, you try to yank it back. So that is going to be strength plus piloting now because you're going way too fast and your airframe's already damaged.
That's better. That's oh yeah, that's a critical success.
Okay, a critical success.
Yeah, 0. Oh yeah, 1.
That's
So 1/1, yeah.
Ones is the wrong way, isn't it? Sorry, zeros is fail.
Yeah, that's a critical
There's-
fail, is it?
There's 10.
Fail, sorry.
Okay, so you.
Gee, my ass kissing manoeuvre's looking good right now, isn't it?
It is. Did you strap yourself in?
Yank back on the stick. The wings fall off. The fuselage breaks in two, and the stick comes off in your hand.
Wings?
So, apparently. What I'm going to ask for is one final roll from everybody involved. It's going to be endurance plus athletics. Now, you've got a penalty die for Kevin and Danny because you aren't in the brace position, whereas Dale is. So Dale just gets a straight roll.
Okay, well, I was on the nail with just the roll without the penalty.
I still failed
Bang
by
on.
1.
What's the penalty?
So
1?
So the penalty is to basically roll a third dice, and then you take the two highest.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, bang on.
So you're bang on.
Yep.
Danny failed by 1.
At least. Yeah.
Oh, by how much?
Well, I didn't bother rolling the other one because... Okay, it's the same.
Okay. So what's the fail by?
By 1.
By 1. Okay, and Dale?
I bang on. I rolled it.
Okay. So 10 mashing damage for Danny. The rest of you aren't actually wounded. All of the airbags and passenger foam, impact foam erupts in the cabin, and you aren't actually wounded by it. A little bit bruised, but you've got ice technology, so you don't really feel that kind of pain. The bendy phallus is scattered over large swathes of Egypt. But yes, you eventually come to a halt. There's a lot of tumbling. Goes on for a couple of minutes, actually, the crash. It's like the longest crash you can possibly imagine, given the speed you were going. But eventually, the various bits of the fuselage that you are in come to a halt. And that's kind of it. The Cybelins don't come. There's no rescue committee. Nothing. You're just.
I'm staggered we got away with that.
Kevin,
Not even a
dear boy, Kevin, what exactly was the plan?
Well, it was to do the opposite of that, actually.
Clearly, I don't know. Is it really constructive as an emergency landing procedure to go in for what could only be described as the balls deep maneuver?
Well, I think the problem with the whole problem with the design is the balls create too much drag.
I didn't think that
So
was.
you're saying that the balls were heavy, black, and pendulous.
They're of excessive size. I think really. It didn't make for aerodynamic shape.
So this particular rocket had the accoutrements of Buster Gonad.
Yeah. It's not the best designed aircraft around. I don't think.
It's
As you emerge from the debris, and you're in the middle of a desert, but you do see one of the gonads flying overhead, bouncing. It's on fire.
well. This is a cock-up.
It's just going to light up the night sky, isn't it?
It didn't even go up though. That's the thing. It was just blasted.
Yeah, the whole thing is just a very poor design. I think they can improve on that. Just by making it more rigid.
Okay, well, it was 3 in the morning in London, so let me just see. 3 a.m. London,
Should be
time
5
in
a.m.
Cairo.
Sort of
4, apparently.
I thought, okay.
I want to collect the Louvre Tower as well.
There isn't any sign of the. She was in a different part of the passenger cabin, and that appears to be possibly one of the burning wreckages somewhere. In fact, actually, you can see the Cyberlins, the 2 Cyberlins, have in fact just taken off from somewhere else in the desert and are flying now in a northwesterly direction. Not seemingly going anywhere near you.
okay. We're going to need clothing that can be easily stripped off, because right now this is the desert. It will be bloody cold out there, and when the sun comes up, it will be bloody hot. So we need stuff that will keep us warm now, and the minute that sun comes up, we can strip it the fuck off. Or
You're in your Kapali suits.
we're we're not exactly dressed for desert attire. Where's Lawrence of Arabia when you need him?
You could loosen your tie.
It's supposed to effect though.
Does a bit. So yeah, the Cyberlins are sort of somewhere to the east of you, and they're kind of flying past in this northwesterly direction.
I think we should travel that direction then, at least.
Yes.
Okay. So you follow the Cyberlins. They sort of fly off over the horizon. You walk for a couple of hours. Let's have endurance plus athletics checks to see how worn out you are.
I actually made this one by 1. I've got all my energy drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, fell by 2. Uh-oh.
Right. Yeah, I'm utterly fucking knackered. I failed by 11.
Okay, so the amount you fail by is the amount of hit points you lose through exhaustion.
Oh, geez, that's not gonna look good on a
Where are we with hit points actually?
Sorry?
Do we get any hit points back?
You're following straight on from the Venus thing, so whatever you use
I'm dangerously close to
I imagine so.
that's the point. Has anyone got any mid packs? Because I kind of came out quite badly with the rocket landing.
I've got one.
Right, give it here.
I'm not sure. Can hemoglobin heal mashing damage? I don't think it can.
That's me.
Oh God, mashing damage. I'll look that up in a minute. So you basically you follow the route, the sidelines, and you do indeed see Cairo on the horizon, and that's how many hit points it took you in order to walk that far. It was a few hours, so you're getting into you can see sort of dawn is beginning. The flames of the desert, all the fires you started, they're all behind you now. Mashing damage 143.
Hot stuff. Gonna be hot stuff tonight.
Okay, so a quick check. Mashing damage is so horrific and savage that the wound pours blood at a lethal rate. Victim suffers 1 additional point of damage around until they receive medical attention. Don't worry about that, we assume you had it. Mashing damage is cumulative. Oh. Okay. So it seems the big difference with mashing damage is actually it should then deal extra damage per round, which I didn't realise.
Yeah,
so we'll assume you got treated straight away.
Okay.
So yeah,
it suddenly dawned on me that we weren't doing rounds. I'm thinking, hold on a minute, it's going to be like internal bleeding or something at this point. So surely.
Yeah. No. So you're all good. Just consider it normal hit point loss.
Okay.
I don't wish to alarm anyone, but I've realized something fundamentally important to our mission.
What's that?
What, you need a man wedge? And I give you one of my man wedges.
I forgot sunscreen.
You forgot deodorant as well.
Oh,
all of you stink by this point. You've been walking for hours.
That, dear boy, is what I call the smell of excess.
But there are the lights of Cairo, and you're beginning to like pass the first hovel. Yeah.
And there's one thing I want to know about Cairo. Is there a purple rose here?
A purple rose?
Okay, there's an 80s film reference that went straight over everyone's head.
I wasn't born in the 80s.
I didn't get that.
I'm having to Google it myself. I had no idea. What was it?
I thought there was some weird reference to Blue Rose or something.
Oh,
I assumed he meant a strip club.
Oh yeah, that too. Does sound like a strip club or like.
I mean, if you went to a strip club, given the setting, I would actually give you HP back. But there are better ways to do it. Even works better. I might even give you conviction. So actually, no, I'd probably just give you conviction. Come to think of it, but yeah, no, you're beginning to sort of pass buildings now, but they're clearly, homes of the poorest people. There's not anything in the way of facilities this far out, but you've picked up a road, and you're kind of walking on a road, which is technically part of Cairo.
Are there any like tuk-tuks or anything similar?
Well, it's 8 in the morning, so people will be commuting and stuff. So actually, as you get a bit closer, you start to sort of see vehicles and stuff. Because like on the very, very outskirts, where it's like a mix of depersonalized and the ultra broke, people who live on rats to survive, they ain't got cars. But as you get closer to the city, like after another sort of half hour of walking or so, and you do sort of get past or get to buildings that are starting to look a bit nicer. Now, people here clearly don't own cars, but you do now begin to see vehicles, like there's a dustbin lorry, and there's a taxi, but it's got people in. And as you walk in, sorry?
Don't we have a license to acquire domestic vehicles, somebody?
Well, it's a commercial vehicle, but
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but there's such thing as commercial in corporation. It's either domestic or military.
There's commercial and corporation, but in terms
Maybe
of
in the
acquiring
stat books.
public appropriation license is, I think, is what you're referring to.
Don't
Yeah.
have-
So,
Yep.
does anyone have the public appropriation license?
No, I think my other character did, but not this one.
Yeah, public appropriation license has a rank level. Like you can only take it from somebody who's lower rank than you. So there'll come a point soon when it'll be worth doing it, but you've got to go up rank first. Otherwise, there's no one to appropriate from. So you're and so you get a bit further, and you actually get to you begin to see people walking the streets this far out. So and there's a checkpoint up ahead. People are walking toward the checkpoint, obviously going to work.
What's happening at the checkpoint? Are there scanners or something like that?
Yes. But it's like there's a queue of cars. They sort of search every 10th one. Every now and then somebody gets picked out and searched and patted down and stuff. It appears to be 4 UIG patrolmen and 1, you would guess, Comoros agent.
Is there a
'Cause he's dressed
pedestrian
in
entrance?
robes. Yeah, there's a road and pavement.
Right, well, we've got nothing to hide.
We've got nothing, no. Oh, apart from the mask. We've got the mask.
We're wandering around with lots of nothing, and I need a drink.
Just the
I
other side of the
do.
checkpoint, there is a bar.
Ooh.
Ah, good.
I
A
need-
watering hole.
I need a watering hole.
Well, oh wait, no, I've run out. Sorry.
I
Of
need.
energy drinks.
I need drink there.
You're slowly working your way to the front of the queue. So,
Which one of us
um,
has the mask on us?
good question. I'd
Well-
like to know.
I thought you had it, Danny, when we left Venus.
That's what I thought as well, but I wanted to check.
Okay.
Because I can see that Dale's obviously like really dehydrated, so I'm happy if he wants to stagger through and I can kind of wait behind a bit.
Just a little tired. I'll be fine. I just need
Kevin, why don't you get him through and I'll see if I can find a different way.
one.
So, which one of you had the mask?
Me.
Danny.
Okay.
Yes,
Right. So, who's first to go through the checkpoint?
Oh, yeah. Dale and Kevin. I'm probably Dale first.
Okay. So, Dale, they don't stop you. Second is Kevin, yeah?
Uh,
Yeah, you get pulled
Oh, it's-
over to the side. So, Danny, you
Oh,
walk
it's-
through.
Oh. I
First
just
touching
do like
Kevin.
Let's get the drinks
it's
in.
a Louvatar, isn't it? I can get drinks in, yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'll deal with the two heading to the bar in a moment. Kevin, you are pulled aside. You have 3 UIG patrol officers and 1 Comoros agent wearing robes. And they want to do a strip search, please, sir.
Strip search? What? Why?
Well, because you still got your old name, haven't you? That Louvatar didn't change.
Well,
Oh,
you've
God.
come in from that part of the town wearing a Kapali suit, and honestly, of the three of you, you look the most suspicious.
Oh, we just walked through that part of town. Oh, all right. Come on then. So,
Wait a minute. I sense something, says the agent.
you sent something.
I sense something. One of the other two.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, he says to the UIG people, and the Comoros agent leaves. So, right, are you going to consent to being strip searched? One of them is putting on a blue glove.
Oh, I'm changing my mind rapidly. I don't think that's necessary. Here's my credentials. I'm an agent. Just let us through. We're on a mission.
Okay, can you do presence plus corp knowledge, please?
Presents. Dear me. 3, 9. Oh dear, no, that's a fail by 4.
Okay, so let's go to the bar.
Okay.
Kevin was trying to work out reasons why he didn't want the strip search, but I think he's finally put his finger on it.
More like a hand, let alone a finger.
I think it's not so much that he's put his finger on it; it's that the fist has put its fist on him. So you, Danny and Dale, you enter the bar. It is, you quickly realise, not quite a bar.
Okay, so
it is a fight club.
Ah. Well, that's fine. Just get some drinks.
They have drinks. Maybe. That's the neon sign you saw. Drinks.
That's fine.
So yeah, there's like a cage, and there's nobody in it at the moment. But there's a like a burly looking barman. He has 1488 tattooed on his forehead and swastikas tattooed all the way down his arms.
Oh my goodness.
He takes one look at your Kapali suits, grins, and beckons you over to the bar.
Look, pal, we're not staying long. We just need a few drinks, all right?
Wonderful, he says. How badly do you need them?
A nice pint.
We're going to pay for them, if that's what you mean.
Good, good, good. There's only one kind of payment we accept in here.
What?
And at that moment, the door opens behind you, and the Comoros agent is stood in the doorway. He's smiling.
You mean him? Is that the payment?
I don't know what you know about us agents, but we're
Agents?
we're not really that
Aye.
hands-on with people.
Aye.
Could you make a perception plus observation check, please? Both of you.
Both of us? Oh, both of us. No. I'm rolling so terribly tonight, seriously.
Missed by 1.
That'll explain why I rolled really well the time
Okay.
before.
Do you approach the bar whilst you're having this conversation, or are you shouting across the bar?
Oh no, I have been approaching this bar from the moment I entered.
Okay.
Yeah, like at least halfway there.
Yeah, so, well, you arrive at the bar. A couple of doors open at either end of the bar, and lots of what can only be described as Hell's Angels type gangers walk in, carrying lots and lots of weapons. The Comoros agent walks up behind you. I sense something. It's you,
Yes.
he says, pointing at Danny.
What? Sorry, who are you?
Pint, please. Lager.
Contract for you to sign. I wouldn't refuse if I were you. My friends have lots of guns.
They want us to fight before we get a drink.
I will make you a deal. I am exhausted. let me have one drink, and I will go in that cage, and I will fight.
And the
Consider
agent
it
says,
down payment.
the Comoros agent, meanwhile, he's looking at you, Danny, very strangely.
Do you mind?
He's quite close to you. He's like right in your personal space, and he's just kind of looking about you.
No, and I'm back a bit. I look, you Comoros. I've never met one of you before, but can you fuck off a little bit? And I
Your
actually get out
power is
my
immense.
I get out my bluefin and just kind of keep it here. It's like,
Is that a
can you
knife?
sit back? Yeah.
Your power is immense.
What power? What?
Your telepathy.
I
I haven't got any telepathy.
Oh,
I think he's
I
gay.
have never seen such a bright beacon. And he gestures to the barman. I wouldn't touch them if I were you. I'd give them the drink. And he turns and walks out of the room.
Wait a minute. What can you sense? Like, what can I do?
He's
He
gay.
stops walking away and turns over his shoulder and says, I have never sensed that much telepathic power in a person before.
I'll have a drink. I'll have a pint, please. Nice big pint.
Okay, instinctively, I feel like the barman's taking forever to get a drink because Dale's asked him like 3 times.
When the Comoros agent says, if I were you, I'd just give him a drink and let him go, he does actually start pouring a pint.
Well, what I was going to say was that do I kind of instinctively lift like a bottle of liquor from the back towards me because it's like I'm impatient or something?
What, with telepathy? No.
Yeah. No. Okay.
No, because you don't have telekinesis.
Okay.
Also, when the Comoros agent says, I've never sensed that much power and walks out the room, all the gangers start to sort of look at each other and then they start edging back towards the door and leaving. And the barman's
I
just
start
like,
jabbing the
here
air
you
with
go,
my
sir.
Hey, yeah,
Never-
you fuck off.
I mean, if a Comoros agent says you're a powerful telepath, then who am I to agent upgrades too, eh?
Exactly.
Danny,
Exactly.
And then
Danny,
Kevin walks in, still doing up his suit.
Where the fuck have you been?
Walking very gingerly.
Did
Have
you have anything illegal on you, by the way, Kevin?
Proximity mine, incendiary grenade, taser, and a couple of knives and a black cougar.
So do you have the appropriate licenses for that stuff? 'Cause they're all licensed.
Light firearms, heavy firearms, and non-powered melee weapons. Yes.
So not support weapons.
Not support weapons, no.
Just check the licensing on that. Is it? No, there isn't a support weapons license.
the question I
No.
need to ask Kevin, because I think it's important. Why did he need to glove up to find your concussion grenades? Where were you hiding?
He was
was just-
picking up his arse, you fucking idiot.
He was just enthusiastic.
Sorry. Do you have offensive equipment license?
I do not have an offensive equipment license.
So that was concussion grenades and was it some kind of mine?
Incendiary grenades and a proximity mine.
Yeah, both of those, unfortunately, are illegal without a license, without an offensive equipment license. So the UIG squaddy confiscates them and says, I'm now going to scan your chip. You'll be deducted 2 rank points.
2 rank points.
We've only got one.
Yeah.
We've got one.
No, you're rank 1, but that to be rank 1 requires 10 points. You get that at character generation. I believe I gave you about 5, so you should have 15.
Oh, I've got 12 here. Okay.
Oh, maybe it's 12. Sorry, but yeah. So Kevin, you have lost 2 of them for carrying illegal offensive weapons.
Okay.
Because the search was incredibly thorough. Because you're not from round here. And that's the way these things tend to work, sadly. So yes, you are served beer because you're friends with the incredibly powerful telepath.
Yes, you got me something strong. I need it. I need to recover a bit of composure.
Just drink it faster if you want it stronger.
I take the cold glass. I very deliberately slide my finger up from the bottom up to the top, and then I'm going to down it in one go.
Oh, ice cold relics.
Okay.
The minute we did the desert thing, I thought I'm doing the ice cold and Alex thing.
You all gain 1 conviction point
Woo.
for having a much needed beer.
Aye.
And I am going to sort of place it down on the bar and say, worth waiting for.
Another.
Welcome back, Steve. You've missed the shuttle crash landing and then Phil being strip searched very thoroughly with gloves. And now they're just enjoying a pint in a Nazi bar.
Yep.
You didn't say it was a Nazi bar. You said that the bartender was a Nazi.
Yes, and had a load of gangers come in when he pressed a button you didn't see because you failed the roll. And you were going to get shot up. But I was never going to do that because I didn't want to run that fight because I was always going to do the thing with the agent.
Okay.
Right. So, you've had your drink. You are in Cairo. If you look out to the skyline, you can even see the pyramids that houses the museum that has the dice in that you need to get. It is, incidentally, the pyramids are much larger than they actually are in the real world because they've been knocked down and rebuilt.
Wow.
Welcome to the future.
Oh my God.
Given the fact I'm half thinking about the real Masks campaign, this is hilarious. Like just all the references and stuff is really funny.
Okay. Because I haven't read Masks of Neil Arthur
No,
text,
I
so. All right, what do you want to do?
I want to have another beer.
Aye, like I
because
asked.
I haven't quite gotten off my exhaustion yet.
Okay.
I
Those who have a second beer, hands up. All of you? Yeah. Okay, so you all lose 2 intelligence because you've now gone past the point you get your
2
conviction point,
intelligence.
and it's only temporary. So don't delete it off your character sheet. Just make a note.
It's a bit
only
weird. It's
temporary.
like there's like another box next to your attributes, which I'm assuming you put it in there, but the forms
Yeah, it
don't
doesn't
work with it. So yeah. Okay, I'll try and remember.
You're not
It's
quite
only
at
2
singing drunk,
beers.
but you're definitely at the point where words are slurred.
Really? How strong
Yes.
is this beer?
You're exhausted. You've walked all night.
Yeah,
You've
that's
not
true.
eaten.
Yeah.
You've had 2 strong beers.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's starting to get hot.
My plan was to go somewhere, preferably with lots of aircon, like a noodle bar, if they have noodle bars in Cairo.
They will do, yeah. If you go into the city.
We got for something to eat now.
Aye.
Yes,
Which 3 doors do we go out of?
Come on, this one.
Okay.
Oh, the middle one. Right. That makes sense.
So you head a bit further.
Come from?
You head a bit further into Cairo, and sure enough, you can find a place to eat with aircon. Like that's an extra 10 minutes down the road, but yes. So I'll give you one of those intelligence points you lost back, just for having a bite to eat. But I think you're going to need some rest before you'll get the other one back. But this is, of course, day 3.
Oh yes.
Aye.
So,
Last
There's some we need to do today, isn't there?
Yeah.
You need to just go there,
museum.
don't we?
You got to go to the museum and take a dice.
Well,
So
question is, in terms of timing, do we need to be back in Britain by midnight, or do we need to just simply take the die by midnight?
you'd need to get
what
it
was
back in
his-
London by midnight.
But
I-
okay.
But is that midnight London time, or is that
I suppose it
midnight
will be London
Santa time?
London time, I suppose.
Because don't forget, he made no allowances for you going to Venus and back.
No.
Fucking bastard.
Well, I
was our-
suppose we can sleep on the plane. We need to just charter a flight.
so if we just go and grab the dice now, then we could be on
Let's
the
do
plane.
it. Let's do it now, and then we can get a bit of sleep. And
Okay, there is another checkpoint as you get to the center of Cairo and close to the pyramids.
Rolling through the
I am.
Roman.
Okay, who's going first? Who's going second? Who's going third?
since
I'm going first. My troop, my people. I'm going first.
okay, fine, you're going first. I'll probably go second then, because I've just been told I have crazy telepath powers, so I'm feeling quite confident.
Okay, all three of you walk through the gate. The first gate. Danny, you are pulled to one side. They go to start inspecting you, and then the agent goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah. Thank you. Apparently, I have lots of power.
Then you go through another gate, and all three of you set off an alarm. So as you sort of exit the security checkpoint, there's another gate, and this one sets off an alarm.
Could
They're like,
you
bring
turn
them back.
that one down, please? It's fucking loud.
Let's bring them back. Bring them back.
We've had 2 beers. That's it. No narcotics.
I've
No,
been
that was the
checking-
medical scanner. You've
I've been
got something
checking.
contagious.
Contagious. What?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
Gonna need
it's
you
probably
to.
Kevin. He was proper felt up by the last checkpoint person.
We're gonna
he
need you to
drank
list
that
everyone you've
something
been
when he
in
was
contact with.
fingering your ass.
We haven't really been in contact with anybody apart from each other. At a push.
Yeah.
It's it's that fucking sand. That sand gets everywhere.
It does. That's true.
I don't like sand. It gets everywhere.
Okay, now I'm going to need to charge you 100 credits for a medical scan to see what it is.
Can you not operate at your sale?
No, we can, but it costs 100 credits.
But you can just do it right now.
Yes, we can.
Why does that cost money from us
And
for
he's-
you to do your job?
Because it costs 100 credits.
Right,
Can I?
You're free to go into quarantine for 1 month.
Do, right?
We have the facilities.
I'm going to put my hand up to his face like that. Well, forehead like that.
It backs away, and you get a lot of guns pointed at you from the. So you've got 4 UIG people, and the Comoros guy. It looks like he's prepared, like he's in some kind of kata stance.
Right, here's what we're going to do. You're going to use your wee medical scanner thing on us.
Yes, and you're going to pay 100 credits each.
If you find something, we will pay the money.
No, we already have found something. The medical scanner detected something contagious.
That could just be my fault.
Now, you have a choice. You can go to quarantine for a month, or we can pay. You can pay 100 credits each, and we'll do a medical scan right here and now, see what it is. Yes.
Well, we can't afford that because we've got to be back into Britain by midnight. So
Oh,
don't know,
fine,
it's
fucking take your fucking money.
Okay.
I cough up 100 credits.
Yeah, I cough it up.
Ah, Venusian venereal disease, highly contagious, explodes the heart, causing death, usually within a day.
So
What?
how do you usually contract that?
Venusian.
It's a
Venus.
proximity thing. You'd need to be
thank
close
God.
to somebody who
I was
who
about
got
to
it.
say we did go to Venus, but there was no shagging involved.
Yeah, Venus sex works differently, I guess. So, yeah, no, it's highly explosive of the heart and anus. I'm surprised. Have you not seen any dead bodies at all? And like,
No.
I mean, you must have come across somebody dead.
Well, we've come across people before, but it's just not generally their heart exploding that kills them.
The pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't think so.
They
Didn't
were
seem
dead.
like.
Okay, so you didn't declare that when we asked you who you'd been near. So pilots, that was plural. So we're going to have to dock you all 2 rank points each for failure to declare your exposure. So 1 for each person you didn't declare. So everyone loses 2 rank points. Now we can cure this. We charge 500 credits for that. But we can't let you into Cairo or beyond quarantine. It's either cure or quarantine. It's your choice.
I've got no money.
I do.
I can pay for me and Kevin.
I'm broke.
Okay. And it gets a little finger spray and just sprays your face and then says, I'm afraid we need to do the bum as well.
Have you got lube?
No, it's just a spray. Just feels a bit wet for a few minutes.
Okay.
Right. If you smell it and done there, it's just to say I've had a couple
It's
of
the
pints.
Venusian venereal disease. Yes, indeed.
I've had a couple of pints and I get really gassy really fucking quick.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, an embarrassing moment later, you're sprayed on your bum, and off you go. You're into Cairo, and you're no longer diseased,
Yay.
having lost rank points and money.
Well, personally, I think that was a bit of a scam. Whoever heard of fucking a venereal disease that you get from close proximity to dead pilots while you're in a giant penis? Whoever heard of such a fucking thing?
And
Anyway,
there's the pyramids. They're massive. There's also a gigantic plastic sphinx.
oh god,
Okay.
that's just wrong.
What I
That's
think.
just wrong. Right. The one thing I want to check is the Sphinx complete, or do we have the plastic Sphinx complete with missing nose?
Oh yeah, the nose is proper. Like it's been put back. Like
Oh, for fuck's sake!
you have to bear in mind when they did it, even more of the sphinx was missing. So
What I think I'll do is when we get towards the pyramid, I'll see if we can find a vending machine to get an energy drink for Dale, so he can wake up a bit or sober up a bit.
okay. Just around the pyramids, it's basically surrounded now by casinos. There's a miniature Eiffel Tower. It's Vegas basically, but it's that kind of thing. So yeah, and that kind of just surrounds the pyramid. So as you sort of come out into this kind of big circular plaza, it's all the nice sort of palm trees, it's all decorative gardens and fountains and stuff like that, but you're surrounded by neon. Even this early in the morning, you're getting more light from the neons in the casinos than you are from the sun, and you're in the bloody desert. And there in front of you is the gigantic main pyramid with the big entrance, big enough for an HGV.
Right. We better locate this dice.
And we'll do that right after I've had a quick cigarette and topped up my drink. All right, so we'll be right back. And I'm back. So, whilst we've got a couple of people watching, on Thursday, over on a new Twitch channel, which I should put a link to, we're going to be doing Prize Fighter. I shall put a link to the Twitch channel. It's going to be Thursday evening. If this link posts, there we go. So yeah, I think starting about 8, and we're going to do a beta test. I'm thinking probably Tuesday evening if you happen to be around for that as well. But its official first day will be Thursday, and it should be lots of fun. So yeah, so if you haven't seen Prize Fighter before, seeing as we've got a few minutes, I can possibly just fire up a very quick impromptu sort of demo without sound. Share screen. Okay. Yeah, you won't get the sound and stuff, but basically you get to build a gladiator up and take part in an arena battle. What I'll do is I'll just quickly fast forward because we've not got long. Get close to the battle. And I think I'll just put some fires on because it's a bit dark in the arena at the moment. Where's the speed? Bring that back down to normal. There we go. So it's an arena battle, and you build up your gladiator, you equip them up, and hopefully, with a bit of luck, we might even raise a little bit of money for charity as well. Which is kind of why I've written it, to sort of help raise money for charity. But as you see, there's lots of blood and violence, and yeah, you kind of gear up a gladiator and take part in gladiator battles, and then the winner gets a cool bit of equipment. And there's some scorpions about to kill my various bots. And that's what we'll be doing on Thursday over on Twitch with the link I just put in chat. So that'll do for now, though. Let's get back to our game, hopefully, because we've got people returning. Just waiting for Dale, Ronnie. We should be back with us shortly. There we go. Right. So you enter the pyramid, and right, what you see is, first of all, you get a kind of a sign that says lower deck prong 1. And in this part, what you can see, first of all, you can see a way through to, you can see a sign in the distance that says lower deck prong 2. There is an artifact shop. There is Psionic Sam's Psychic Fetish Shop. Pyramid of Pain nightclub. There's a Pyramid Kebabs and Condoms shop. Gift shop 1. And Crazy Kiosk. Everything today, half price. That was double price yesterday.
Well, he did say.
It's a normal fucking price.
He did say that the dice was in the gift shop.
No, he didn't. Ronnie said,
did.
let's get one from a gift shop. And then 3D print it.
Oh, that's right.
What we could do is we could buy a brochure, a guide.
Yes, I mused at the possibility that, like any museum gift shop, they tend to have little miniature versions of some of their main attractions. So there was always the possibility there might be a mini version of it in the gift. I still think the gift shop's worth a nosy anyway.
I wonder about that club. Because the staff surely will know where it is.
Which one? The Pyramid of Pain?
Aye, the Pyramid of Pain.
Is the reason why you hate us?
Well, you don't have to come with me. I can go alone.
Trust me. No, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. That's a low bar even for me. I'm going to go in the gift shop.
You go into the gift shop. Okay, Kevin, what are you doing?
I'm going to find a catalogue, a brochure for the museum, so we can at least find out where it is.
Best bet would probably be the gift shop.
Okay, yeah.
Danny, what are you going to be doing?
I go towards Pyramid of Pain.
Okay, I'll deal with Pyramid of Pain nightclub first. You go in. What it is, it's essentially a big black room with a big long bar, a couple of doors, fire exit, that kind of stuff. Loads of lighting gantries in the ceiling, a DJ booth opposite the bar, and the floor is covered in broken glass and blood and 3 dead bodies, and the staff are mopping the floor.
Ah, I see why it's called Pyramid of Pain.
Oh, hi. Sorry, we're cleaning up from last night.
No, it's fine. I
We
was
don't
just
open
wondering.
until midday.
No, I realize, and I kind of show my. Is it a badge or whatever?
You
it
do
is?
have a badge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I say-
Eurasian Incorporated.
We've been tasked to basically go and look for the D20 that's supposed to be here.
Oh, yeah, one of those. But you're Eurasian Incorporated, so presumably you're here to steal it.
Well, no, we need to find where it is. It's
So
like
you can steal it.
No, we're not actually on duty.
Sorry, tasked to find. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, it's not worth the pain and anguish that the Commerce agents would inflict on me to help you at this point.
Speaking of which, they said I have a lot of telepathic power, and you shouldn't mess with me. Apparently,
I'm sure that's true. Okay, those that arrived at the gift shop, let's just go to you for a moment. So you enter the gift shop. It's got a kind of a floral, fragrant, it's very well lit, quite nicely laid out, but very much a gift shop. There's some smartly dressed members of staff. Lady comes up to you. She says, "Good day, sir. Are you here for fun?"
Well, that's a wide-ranging question. That one. I'm into it. Well, yeah. Well, fun eventually, but right now, I heard there's some wonderful exhibits.
Oh, so fun for you is history.
But,
You
well,
must love
yeah,
the pyramids then. These things are 7, 8, 9, 10,000 years old. No one really knows.
trust me, most of my fun is history.
We believe it was built by Venusian aliens as a landing site.
Oh shit! But I heard there's this very strange. I looked up the name. An icosahedron. It's
Yes.
this thing. It's this thing that has 20 faces, 20 sides. Thing that.
Yes. An original of those was found in the Queen's chamber, you know.
Ooh. Most of
But
them
we
just
have
beads.
lots of plastic and hologrammatic replicas that you can buy here in the gift shop.
Now that was going to be my question.
That's fantastic.
I mean, of course, they're not actual relic items like the one in the Queen's chamber, but
Let's have a looky.
we could substitute for the real one.
you have a look at the ones in the gift shop, and there are lots in different sizes and colours. Some are neon, some are hologrammatic projections with a little base that does the projecting. There's all sorts of like
Which
I
actual solid ones is closest to the real thing?
well, they're all like the real thing, except obviously only the real thing is a relic item.
Yes, I know, but which one looks most like the real thing? Which one? Because it's no point in having something that's not realistic.
Well, the holo scans are based on a 5,000 million DPI laser scan.
well, I think we'll
That
take
would be 5 billion in American numerology that we seem to use these days.
I think we'll take one of these holograms, and we'll take say half a dozen different sizes of these little mementos here. I'm big on icosahedrons.
Okay, yes, certainly. So that comes to 300 credits.
That's fine.
Where do you get all your money from?
You spent it all on support weapons that you got confiscated.
I
invest mine in various stocks and dividends.
Oh, do you? Because there's a system for that.
Unlike you, who blow it all on blow it all stuff that gets blown away the minute you walk through a checkpoint without the right fucking license.
Yeah, but if I knew that was going to happen, it would have been more fun. I've actually used one of them.
So what you're telling me is you went through that checkpoint hoping you'd be fingered.
Wasn't my initial plan, no. So,
well, you seemed rather enthusiastic from my position as I was walking into the bar. I mean, you certainly didn't put up much of a fight when you saw his blue gloved hand.
Oh, that's because there was 3 UIG agents, 1 Comoros agent, and my 2 pals buggered off to the nearest bar.
Well, we you know the old adage, 2 by 2 hands of blue. You stay the fuck away from it.
I wonder if you made that reference. 2 by 2 hands of blue.
All right, so you pay the money, yeah? Okay, you get a call from Lord British. Have you got my bloody D20 yet? Sorry, it's not Lord British, is it? It's his brother. You get so. Hi. Look, I was wondering if you had the relic item yet, because I really want to run the second session.
We've got something even better.
Even better.
Well, as we surmised, they have taken molds and scans.
No. Explain this. It has to be the relic item. It's got the telepathic energy in it. Without that, the game just won't be as good. It's not got the history.
We need to nick the real and substitute one of the gift shop ones for it.
I hang up. Okay, I just want to say that when we complete this task, and with as little fuss or with as little expediency in action as possible, I want to throw him out the top of a fucking high-rise building and watch him fall. And when he lands, I'm going to say, now that's what I call rolling a fucking die. In fact, that's what we could call it. We could call it a dice tower.
All right, so I guess then, before too long, you end up back on the main concourse altogether. Oh, sorry, you get a what was it? A program you were after?
Yeah,
Phil. Yeah. Okay, it's got a map of the pyramid.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an outer pyramid and an inner pyramid and 2 floors, but the inner pyramid is only on the ground floor. That is apparently the real pyramid. It's within the big fake pyramid. They had to bulldoze the other two pyramids to make space for the big thing they built.
Where's this bloody D20? Is it inside the little pyramid?
Go through the map and have a look.
Okay, so basically you've kind of got it's a linear path around the things. You actually have to go through the entire complex.
You've got to look at the
And-
whole thing.
But it's got details of all of the rooms. Well, 3 rooms in the brochure. So there's the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, and there's an underground subterranean chamber. But it doesn't give much details. There's just some pictures. And apparently there's some other stuff, but the brochure doesn't go into much detail.
The woman in the gift shop said that the dice was found originally in the Queen's chamber.
I say put it back. I say put it as it was found, sort of.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's where they've kept it.
Me too. I didn't get anything from the House of Pain. Apparently, it's called that because the dance floor is covered in glass, and there was like 2 dead bodies they were cleaning up when I went in.
Sounds like a charming place.
I lead such a sheltered life, thankfully. Right. I've just been on we've just had a communique from our employer. He's determined he won't be fobbed off by one of these little.
No, he's a nerd. He'll want the original.
He's rather determined. I'm afraid. I had hoped that we could just fob him off of one of these and we didn't have to go through with this, and then we could just take the plane now to London and
You
everything.
can complain whilst we're moving, maybe.
Yeah, we need to find this dice. So to the
Cool.
Okay. You emerge in Lower Deck Prong 2, Costa Coffee Plaza. There's a big Costa, Gift Shop 2, a Comoros recruitment office, and a UIG security station.
Oh,
Outside of the Comoros recruitment office is a young girl that is pointing, you think, at Danny, and next to her is what can only be described as a Mahatma Gandhi lookalike.
Why is that girl pointing at me? Have I got my fly undone?
Make
No.
a presence plus psychology roll.
I haven't got any
All
presence
understanding.
or psychology either. Well, I only failed it by 3, which is a pretty good
Okay.
feat given I've only got 6.
She looks really unnerving. It's like I don't know, The Shining or something. Just
Oh,
like
right.
it's
yeah, she's a bit.
really horrific. Mm.
Why don't we pass through here quite quickly and get away from the creepy child?
And as you continue to walk on to Prong 3, you realise she's actually pointing at someone just behind you. Do you want to take a... Sorry, you do. You turn around and have a look. Okay, what it is, it's a guy with a bandana around his head. He's kind of dressed casually and not very expensively, you think. But you can clearly see he's concealing a weapon. So yeah, the girl's pointing at him, and the UIG, like there were some rangers in the station opposite, are seeing that she's pointing at him, and have gone up to him, and one of them rips the bandana off of his head and goes, "It is an elf!" And they start hitting him with tasers.
What the fuck is going on? Also, why does that determine an elf if they got like a third eye?
No, he had pointy ears underneath the bandana.
Oh, right. I thought that was the joke or something.
No, it's the old Spock trick.
Have they been banned in this country?
What,
Apparently.
bandana?
Well,
Oh, I think bandanas are fine.
I was just here for some interested in history. I'm a nerd. Leave me alone. And he's getting the shit kicked out of him by the UIG.
Well, good. Fortunately, none of us are elves. Shall we
Yes.
carry on?
Well, I think this is a terrible indictment of race relations in this country. And if we weren't on
What
such
can we do?
if we weren't on such a tight schedule, I might actually do something about it.
Or a
Well-
tight ranking. Or tight arse, because we've all been sprayed at or poked up.
You arrive at prong 3. Here you have access to upper level and stairs and elevator to upper prong 3. Gift shop 3. Desert Danny's restaurant and bistro. And cornucopia on the cob.
Desert Danny.
Desert Danny's restaurant and bistro. And cornucopia on the cob.
I think you've got to try Desert Danny's, haven't we?
Aye, after we've got the D20.
We need to recce this place. We need to have a good idea of where this dice is and how much shit we've got to get through to get.
We haven't eaten in a long time, though. I mean,
No, we haven't. That's a good point.
all we've done is drink alcohol and.
But we're so close.
Yeah, let's look at the
Have I
clicky thing, and then we'll go and get something to eat.
have I got any more of my sandwiches left?
No.
I think it's probably easier to get something to eat now than while we're on the run.
Danny, with all due respect to your rather strong digestive system, but I would rather go outside and eat the sand off the desert than one of your members.
I'm afraid the sandwiches long since melted through the paper bag they were in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right, let's go to my bistro, because obviously I own it.
Okay. As you walk through the door, who's first?
Danny.
I'll go first.
Yeah, Kevin goes first because he was
Okay.
keen to eat. So.
Okay. As you walk through, you hear the characteristic beep of being chip scanned. Just wanted to let you know is all. So I assume the rest of you follow in. It is a sandy floor in here. The tables are all wood, but it's like palm tree bark.
Like tiki style.
Yeah, the chairs are like the top of a palm tree, but plastic. And you take a seat. So a waitress comes up to you. She says, "Welcome to Desert Danny's." Now, I couldn't help but notice as you came in, sir, that your name is Danny. Which means you get our special Desert Danny's Danny bonus.
Good. Lovely. What is it?
So, first of all, what flavor would you all like?
What is it?
Could we possibly see a menu
Yes, what flavor would you like?
of menu?
No.
In the
Welcome to
past,
Desert
past-
Danny's. We only serve sand here. The question is what flavor?
Oh, sorry.
It's perfectly edible.
I'll take barbecue.
Barbecue flavor, yes, and for you, sir?
I picked a flavor that was strong, so like.
have you got a chili?
Yes, we can do chili.
I take a small moment to slightly dot my head off the table a few times because I am now cursing my previous statement regarding I'd rather go out and eat sand from the desert.
Look, it's been artificially injected with all the nutrients the body needs for a meal, and we realise you're agents, so we pumped up the calories.
Okay.
I'll have the barbecue as well.
Sounds delicious.
Okay, she comes back moments later with your meals. Danny, yours has sparklers in. Gain a conviction point.
It's not my birthday, woman.
Clearly,
So-
your name day.
It is sand, but of the flavour and apparently nutritious. Make of that what you will.
Do we get our little mini plastic
You
spades? Or
Definitely
something?
need water to wash it down. No, you scoop it up out the bowl or pour it in. Then get some water and wash it down.
Well, at least the flavour's okay.
Yeah, it's very much a themed restaurant. Okay, you've all been charged 10 credits and you've had a meal.
Um,
And because you've had a meal, I won't yet give you your intelligence back. You need some rest.
I'm given that we've just had sand for lunch.
Nutritious sand.
I'm
It's the
terrified.
future. It's just the way it is.
I'm terrified to ask what's for dessert.
Every meal at Desert Denny's is the dessert.
Come on. Getting that fucking D20 and getting out of here.
Okay.
Honestly. Should have known.
Could everyone make a perception and observation roll?
Perception and observation.
No.
How much do you fail by?
5.
So if it's less than 10, I think you succeed anyway, because I just did my roll and it was horrendous. So
Oh, okay. Yay.
I pretty much didn't need to ask you to roll once I saw my result.
All right.
So it was that bad. It's just earlier I aced it. Okay, you remember Gandhi? Like, he's been sat in the corner, only you swear he didn't really look like that for a while you were eating. He just looked like someone else. But it's definitely him. And as you get up to leave, he pays his bill and follows you.
We're being followed.
Yeah,
Gandhi's doppelganger.
We need to get away from that thing.
It must
We
be,
need to get away from that Ben Kingsley lookalike.
must be a Gandhiagram.
Oh. Is there? Ha 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 ha. Right.
He's off.
I can put this in there.
Oh,
Is there a way for me to backtrack a little bit and take some of the sand from our meal and like scoop it up?
You can
So
order
I
some
can-
to go if you like.
Yeah,
Another
well,
10
some to
credits.
Yeah, it or to
What
basically
flavour?
barbecue's fine. In order
Okay,
to
it
basically
comes with sprinklers again. Okay,
you know, like
so
throw 'em in the
yeah,
face.
you get a bowl to go. Well, it comes in a cone, but there's a sprinkler in the sparkler in the top.
Oh, very
um,
nice.
And yeah, so you're now holding this cone, and are you just going to throw it over him as you leave?
No. As
Or you're just keeping it
as
for the
we go,
moment?
yeah, keeping it, yeah.
Okay, so you exit Desert Danny's restaurant and bistro, and there's stairs or an elevator to go up. Which do you take?
Shall we go for the stairs?
I've had bad experiences in elevators. I'm happy with the
Yeah.
steps.
There's only 2 floors.
Okay.
Well, our hit ratio with stairs is good. Our hit ratio with elevators is shit.
So
Every
you're
time,
taking the stairs, yeah?
every
Yes.
time we've gotten into an elevator, bad things have happened.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. If it were good things, we've forgotten them because of all the bad ones.
I seem to remember you managed to lose Cigarette Lil in an elevator once, or something along those lines. Which is a point. We haven't had her in for a while, so I'll bring her in. I'll give her a cameo. So you go up the stairs. As you get to the top of the stairs, obviously, there's the other end of the lift here. There's a viewing balcony, so you can see over Cairo. There's facilities management, some offices basically for managing the facility. And that's kind of, it's a bit smaller up here. Then, of course, there's the entrance to upper deck prong 2. You notice in the window of one of the offices for the facility management that Cigarette Lil is fucking the general manager. While she's fucking him, she's fingering one of the cleaning ladies.
Of course.
Giving a whole new meaning to Desert Shake.
While smoking though.
Where the fuck is this Queen's Chamber?
Hopefully it's not where fucking Cigarette Lil is at the moment, because I don't think we could handle that.
No. Is there another map or like
Yes,
course
plans.
display?
You've still got your brochure. You're following it round. So there's basically 3 prongs on the upper deck as well.
All right.
And then that gives you entrance to the lower deck inner pyramid. So you follow it round to prong 2. Here you've got gift shop 4, which has a name called Heart of the Pyramid. There is a place called Museum of the Pyramid.
Mm.
Ooh. Didn't he say it was in the museum?
He did, yes.
Cozy.
He did, yes, I'm sure he did.
So you have conflicting information now.
Maybe take a look.
Gandhi is still following you, by the way.
I'm almost tempted to punch him and tell him he was so much better in any other Ben Kingsley movie I can mention.
Okay, I'm gonna use this point to turn around and chuck the sand at him.
Okay, so can you make I suppose it would be agility plus support weapons.
Agility and support. Aye. Made it by 3.
Made it by 3. Now, usually at close quarters, an unarmed person will still be able to add their close combat bonus. However, they do successfully block 1 handful of sand. The rest of it still goes over him. The question is how much gets in his eyes. So I'm just going to ask you to roll a d6. 4 or more you've got in his eyes, and
3.
3. Okay, you have kind of got him though. Although you haven't really blinded him, he is just sort of covered in the sand, and he's. What do you do in that moment? Is that
I'm gonna lean over him with my plasma knife and go, "Why are you following us?"
Water.
Can you get some water?
I'll look around. Is there a drinks fountain if I look around anywhere?
Probably your best bet is either. So now here you've just got the museum and the gift shops, and no, there might be a tap in facilities management, or you can go back to Desert Danny's where you did get served water.
No, let's go to the. I'll go to the facilities manager and ask for some water.
Okay. As you get into the facilities management, you realise that Cigarette Lil is actually fucking the general manager in the sink. Now,
How is that comfortable?
So, you're faced with the choice. Hello, Lord Morbius, by the way, who apparently has actually eaten at a place called Desert Danny's in Las Vegas.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So you're faced with the choice of leaning over and around, or asking them to move out the way. It's your decision, really.
I have a feeling that if I ask them to move, they're not going to. So I'm going to do my best to get a glass of water.
Okay. Reflexes. Sorry, not reflexes. Agility plus athletics, please.
Okay. This is where I hope that water is the only liquid that ends up splashing up on me in this instance.
Depends if you pass or not.
Do your worst.
Okay.
I didn't critically fail, but I failed.
Okay. So Dale takes a little while to return, by which time he will have spoken. So let's deal with some of the encounter first, and then I'll narrate Dale's return. So I was just having a meal, and then I thought I'd go around the pyramid. I don't know. I'm just exploring. I'm a tourist. Maybe I'll go in the museum. Maybe I'll go pyramid. I don't know.
Can I see your chip?
You want to chip scan me? Sure. And he holds out his hand to be chip scanned, and you beep it. He is a rank 3 Comoros agent.
Right.
Licenses include telepathy and lots of close combat stuff. In fact, he has a commendation from the Magdalene Spire Gladiator Arena for psionic combat. World champion.
A tourist? With your rank 3, are you from India then, or Swahili lands?
I was indeed born in the region that is sometimes referred to as India, but it's all Comoros now. Yes.
Aye, that's why I'm asking, because it means you're not from here.
It's all Comoros now.
But you said you were a tourist, and you're Comoros.
Oh, I see. Yes, I don't live in Cairo. I've come to see the pyramids and the domes just outside of Cairo, which you didn't see, by the way. You know, Cairo is a relic city. It enhances telepathy when you're in Cairo. So all telepaths are that much more powerful within the confines of Cairo. Did you know that?
Vaguely.
Perhaps I can escort you round today.
We are in a bit of a hurry, so...
Well, why not get some help from an alleged local?
No, it's absolutely fine. But my apologies anyway for assuming you to be somebody else.
Oh, I see. Oh, would you mind awfully if I chip scanned you?
If you really want to.
Certainly, and he waves his hand over your palm. Interesting. And then over Kevin's. Interesting. Dale comes back, he's putting his clothes back on, he's holding a glass of water, and if he thought his character was a virgin, it no longer is.
Where the fuck have you been?
That's a very good that's a very good way of asking that question. There's your drink, Mr. Gandhi, you sexy beast, you.
God, what have I unlocked? Ronnie level 2.
Sorry,
Thank
I had to throw in at least one Ben Kingsley film in there.
He takes a swig. Tastes sweaty somehow.
That's not sweat, that's...
I kind of mouth like level 3. Level 3.
No, rank 3.
Rank 3.
Rank isn't power. The more concerning thing was the fact that he's clearly telepathic combat world champion of some kind in Magdalene Spire, and here in Cairo he's more powerful.
So he ranks higher than us.
He does, yes.
Right, well, you've got your water, so I suppose we better get going. Like I said, we are in a rush.
You have a nice day.
Thank you.
you.
Goodbye, you complete ranker. I mean,
Where do you go? Do you go into the museum or do you carry on round to prong 1?
I think museum for now.
Museum.
Okay, you go into the museum. He does indeed follow you in.
He's still following us.
Aye, he wanted to escort us and everything. I don't like him.
Well, we can't nick anything with him standing around like that.
No.
Okay, so inside the museum, there is, of course, at the very front, there is a ticket desk. Hello and welcome to the Museum of the Pyramid. Here we have a faithful recreation of the pyramid that's downstairs.
Aye, how much?
Sorry? It's adults, so 20 credits. You can see everything much easier than going into the real pyramid here. We holo project it just as it would be. There's no need to climb through, passages and so on.
so you don't
okay.
actually have any of the actual exhibits
Oh,
in this museum.
we do in a safe room, of course.
No. I think we should have a look, Dale. I think we should have a look.
Yes. That, I will gladly pay my 20 credit because I'm definitely a man now.
So you walk into a room. It's a big black spherical room with holo projectors around the ceiling. And as you walk in, the holo projectors fire into life. And you find yourself by the entrance to the pyramid, and there's this sort of shaft going down and this shaft going forward. And the woman who was at the front desk now appears beside you, but as a hologram. So this is the entrance into the pyramid, and the corridor ahead. Unfortunately, most information about it was lost. We just know it exists on this initial bit. And then there's this downward slope, which is very hard to climb. That is actually in the real pyramid the only bit that's currently open. So which direction would you like your tour to go? So going down goes to the subterranean chamber, and going ahead goes to the king's chamber.
Ahead, please.
Okay, so it kind of zooms through this kind of rough-hewn corridor, and then emerges into, I forget the blinking name of it in the real pyramid, but hang on, I'm just going to pull up my map. The Grand Gallery. So if you're familiar with the pyramids at all, the Grand Gallery is a bit it's one of the bits that's quite often shown, and it's got lots of hieroglyphs and stuff on the walls, lots of little enclaves all the way down it. And it's kind of it's an ascending passage actually, and in fact I realised I cocked up the first passage should have been going up as well. But at the entrance to the Grand Gallery, there is a tunnel that kind of goes ahead, or the Grand Gallery continues up, and it all looks very impressive. But the hieroglyphs, they all pop, and they're really vibrant because this is a hologram, so it's all being touched up and stuff. And there's also a hole in the floor at this junction. So he says, so here we can go down what we call the well, which takes us down to the grotto. And ahead is the horizontal passage, and up there, the Grand Gallery, which leads to the antechamber and then the King's Chamber beyond.
Which way is the Queen's Chamber?
Oh, no one ever wants to go to the Queen's Chamber.
Oh, why is that?
Unfortunately.
We're thorough,
Sorry?
but we heard somebody talk about it before, and you've never mentioned it, so...
Oh, well, it's through this horizontal passage, but, I mean, to be honest, you're the first people to ever ask to go down there.
What can I say?
Can
We thought she was lonely.
Okay, and it starts going down the corridor, but pretty soon the graphics on the hologram start breaking because there's nothing scanned here because they haven't recorded it at any point. But as soon as the graphics break, you realise stood just behind them is Gandhi watching you with his arms crossed.
What is it with this guy?
Gandhi doesn't trust us.
I know we're not from round here, but can you leave us alone?
We're just trying to enjoy pyramids.
I don't think so. I'm sorry. But look, this is as good an auditorium as any, so why don't we have this out now? You see, I couldn't help but notice that you're a really powerful telepath, possibly the most powerful I've ever seen. And as the world champion at psionic combat, I just would love to go around with you.
I'm not a telepath. I've never learned any telepathic abilities.
Oh, the latent power in you is immense. Come on. Let's go at it.
I can't do anything. What do you want me to do? Hadouken you? Fucking...
No, Psyblades, of course.
I haven't got a side blade.
Well, how about telepathic assault?
I haven't got telepathic abilities, I keep telling you.
He might be able to go as far as telepathic tiddlywinks.
Wait, are you trying to say that you're not a telepath? Is this because you're unlicensed? Look, I'll get the guide out the room. Between me and you, we'll fight to the death. You'll beat me, and then the license is irrelevant. I mean, I'll either be dead or you'll be dead.
Can I put the mask on?
Sure. So you put the mask of Neil Arthur Tepp on. You immediately can see all of the electronics in this building, and for about a mile around. It's kind of a bit overwhelming. What you can't see, but the other two can, is Gandhi's face drop at the sight of the mask. No wonder. You've got a relic item of such immense power. I must have it. And he immediately fires up 2 Psyblades.
I'm trying to find some way to put in at least one line from the film, and I can't find a way to put it in because I'm not wearing the mask.
He wants the mask, so we'll give him the mask.
Smoking, or just something like that.
Okay, so you are, by all accounts, Danny, a bit blind at the moment because this is all new visual stimuli and you have no idea what the hell's going on. Mm-hmm. Dale, Kevin, roll for initiative. Danny, you lose it.
Me.
That's
D10 plus reflexes.
D10 plus reflexes.
Right. You don't know. You lost her in the crash.
12.
Dale?
12. No.
Okay. Gandhi rolled 14. So he rolls to attack. That you've effectively got no defense at the moment. So that's a hit. That's a hit. And that's a hit. 33 damage.
To whom?
To you, Danny.
Me? Why me?
Because you're wearing the mask. He's fighting you. So he comes up to you. You don't see him approach at all. You just feel yourself get sliced and shredded. I imagine you. Yes. Yeah, I imagine you're on 0. Yeah. Dale, Kevin, what do you do? They've got the same initiative. So Gandhi has basically run forward and sliced Danny a new one.
Yeah, drawing fire.
Yeah, you have to try.
Okay. Make your 2 hit rolls.
It's a cougar, so it's 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Miss. That's a miss. Oh, only one hit there, I'm afraid.
Okay, let's have your damage rolls.
7.
Shut up. Two hits from me, thankfully. But only 5 damage.
Okay, so 3 bullets thud into Gandhi, and he goes, oh, I wasn't even fighting you two, he says as he starts running toward Dale. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a critical hit.
Uh-oh.
Right. Just to tell you, I only have 7 hit points left.
Oh, you go down. Kevin, your go.
Okay. Can I fire at him again then?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So basically, Gandhi sprinted over to Dale and took him down.
Fail. That's a miss. That is a. That's a hit. And that is a. Oh, that's never a hit.
Okay.
4 and 8. 12.
12. Okay. You shoot Gandhi in the shoulder and then square in the center of his back, and he goes, oh! And he splats forward out, blood pooling everywhere. Gandhi was all aggression. And yeah, no defense. Yeah, so there he is with his robe. Actually, his robe's kind of open a bit, and you see he's actually carrying quite a lot of equipment on him, including multiple med packs.
Whoa.
He's got basically 1 attached to him and then 5 more in a little satchel that was under his robe. So the question is, do you take the one that's attached to him?
Yes, Dale's taking it.
Okay, so
I'm completely unconscious and unable to actually communicate with you at the moment, Kevin. But if you can feel my spirit, it's going, do it!
yes, you've got 5 clean med packs and 1 that is attached to him. So what are you? Both your colleagues are down.
Okay, well, I'm going to take 2 of the 2 brand new ones and slap them on him immediately.
Okay, so you're back. Both of you guys are on 2. It's 20, isn't it, for a med pack? I think. Certainly these ones, they're good ones. So I'm going to put you both on 20 health.
Will.
Okay.
So you've got 3 more 20 hit point med packs, and then this other one that's attached to him. What do you do with it?
I'm going to leave that one.
Okay, so it starts feeding into him, and he is coming back to consciousness as well.
Well, at this point, I'm going to cut it.
You're going to, so once you get up, you're going to cut him, yeah? Okay. All right. So he bleeds out. You think he's actually alive at the moment because just enough hemoglobin got in him.
Yeah, I'm going to give him. I'm going to give him the taste of my boot.
So you're going to kick him to unconsciousness or kick him to death? Sorry?
I'm going to stamp him.
To death or to unconsciousness?
I'm going to stamp down on his head.
Okay, but when are you stopping? Is it when he's unconscious or when he's dead?
When he ceases to move.
Okay. All right. So, there you are in this auditorium. Gandhi is not moving. His med pack's been cut, but it's still attached. You've got the rest of his med packs. He has some other stuff as well. He's got 2,000 in slip credit. And he has a telepathic amplifier. In the form of a bracelet.
Danny,
Oh yeah, throw that to Danny because obviously he's got the mask.
He also has
Aye.
the keys to a boat and a spire apartment.
Yoink.
Yeah, I'll have that.
So bracelet and
It's like a
keys.
digitally encrypted SSH key thing. So it's like you could put it on your ID chip, but he's chosen to have it as a separate thing.
Okay. We need to hide the body because it's a little exposed.
Mm-hmm. We can check it doing a pyramid shaft if we can.
Technically, I'm not sure if he's dead, but he's certainly not going to be waking up anytime, possibly, hopefully, this millennium.
There are 2 doors in this room. One is back out to the foyer, and the other you haven't been through, and it's unmarked.
I'll go and try the.
Yeah,
unmarked
try
door.
the unmarked door.
Okay, it is a cleaning cupboard. It has a mop for clearing up kids' sick, a broom for sweeping up the rubbish, and some bin bags.
Give me
Right,
the bin bag.
put them in put them in a bin bag. In fact, we can put a bin bag from the feet up and one from the head down.
Okay, I'll also give you some Tex Callahan gaffer tape, or Tex tape as it's called.
Yep.
It's like super strong gaffer tape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he wasn't dead, but he will now suffocate. So, you can, you leave, I guess. There's nothing else here. It hasn't got the Queen's chamber. Unless you want to ask. Well, the woman at the front desk is there, and she did mention that there's a vault.
Aye.
Could you tell us? We're very interested in some of the wonderful items that of historical value.
Oh, definitely. It's free access. You just need to scan here.
Okay.
You scan your ID chip. It says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you weren't Comoros."
Oh, wait, sorry. Damn things always.
Revealing who you are, yes. Yes, no, sorry. It's free access for Comoros. I just assumed. I'm sorry. I can't let you in.
Hold on. Hold on. Right. We might have to. We might have to do some exploratory surgery. We could dig Gandhi's chip out.
Oh, that doesn't work, by the way. When you disconnect a person's hand, like the ID chip dies with quite quickly. There are devices to get around that, but you don't have one.
Can I approach with the mask on still?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And kind
All
of
right. Yes. So
influence her to let us through?
right, what you're beginning to see is basically this is the mask of a super AI, right? And you're kind of seeing what the super AI could see. So you're seeing the internet.
Nice.
You do see people because you can see their nervous systems, and you're beginning to sort of figure that out. But you've kind of, it's like a mask of sort of like root access, if you like, to systems, but you've got a lot to learn about wearing this thing. I mean, you don't understand half the things you're seeing and the way it represents things. But the problem is, when you've got this on, you can't see the actual world. All you're seeing is electrical signals.
That's okay. What I'm hoping is if I present my chip, I can influence the scanner to be like, yes, it's Comoros with the mask on.
Okay. I would like you now. this is the first time you've tried to do this. So
I
what I'm going to ask for is to spend a conviction point
Yeah.
to do it with disadvantage.
What,
Like an
plus-
extra die, a penalty die. So the two worst of 3 dice.
What if I spend 2 conviction points?
Then I would let you make get a +4 on the roll.
Okay, let's do it like that.
Okay.
What roll am I doing?
So it'd be intelligence plus computers and AI.
Okay. Okay, +4. Yes, made it.
You made it. How much by?
By 1.
Okay, you can change one detail on your ID chip. However, this wouldn't just be a temporary change. You'd actually be changing your ID chip.
Well, maybe Lord British can change it back or something. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna change my
Okay,
thing to Comoros.
you are now Comoros.
Although
Okay, so yeah, you scan yourself in the scanner. You feel like the mask has just kind of run low on power,
yeah,
like it needs a
okay, fine,
charge. So you take it off, and you scan and go, oh, well, certainly I could take you into the vault.
Okay.
Also, you now get a notification that you just had your weekly wage, all of you. So, those of you who are Eurasian Incorporated, Jason knows what I've just done. Those of you who Eurasian Incorporated, you've just got 10,000 credits in your account. For those of you that are Comoros, this week you get 6,000.
Ooh, 10,000.
Trollolol. Well, you had to get your wages for this mission at some point. They've just come through. Okay, so Danny, you are... Sorry?
Just a tad too late.
You are led in through another door into a vault, and it's lots of secure doors and codes and stuff, and she just leads you through them all, closes them behind, and so on. And so here's the vault. So in here we have photographs of all of the items. We've got the digital master scans of the items that we still have. We have, of course, images of what the pyramid actually did really look like before it was restored. And we've got, oh, this! And she gets Tutankhamun's head. This is a relic item. It's called Tutankhamun, and we think he was buried here by the aliens, the Venusians. So, yeah, you know, it's the beard got broken off at some point, apparently. Because that's genuinely happened. Some cleaners knocked it off. And then tried to stick it back on with Bostik or something. Didn't work. So let me see, what else do we have? Oh, we've got a sarcophagus here of Tutankhamun's wife, Nefertiti. Now, as with all of the mummies we've found, they were experimented with by Gemini during the corporate wars. So we've had to put this one into stasis because, of course, they are animated. That's one of the reasons why we haven't actually scanned the Queen's chamber, because there's a living mummy in it. Seems it ran back to the Queen's chamber after Gemini animated it. So Yeah. So we got nothing, obviously, from the Queen's Chamber, except for those things that weren't in it during the corporate wars. Look, sarcophagus. And she leads you around, and she kind of shows you all of this stuff. But there is no D20.
So we're going to have to go down there ourselves.
And apparently there's a living mummy in there. So, having exhausted everything in the museum, you go around to the next prong. This basically is the entrance to the pyramid. So some stairs down, and you can sort of just see the outer surface of the pyramid itself. There's a ticket booth, and you notice it's also kind of a defense platform. There are a number of ceiling-mounted turrets, wall-mounted turret guns, floor-mounted turret guns, and about 6 UIG agents playing poker and 2 Comoros agents.
Oh, we're not expecting trouble. Are we going in?
Given everything that we've had to endure, I just want to say that I might have to build the extra stories for the building I'm going to throw this guy off of.
Aye.
Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Roll up. Just 100 credits. You can view the actual pyramid, or what's left of it. It's quite heavily worn, but don't worry about that. You get to see the real thing. Recently restored.
Let's do it.
So you pay 100 credits each, and you go down some rickety wooden steps down to the entrance to the pyramid itself. Then I need to get my map up. So yes, this is the descending passage, the entrance passage, and you head down. It's quite cramped, quite small, and you get to that first area where it branches, and you get the ascending passage and the descending passage. Now, the ascending passage is currently closed off. There is like a ticker tape across it. There's some wooden planks easily removed, but it's kind of shut.
What did your brochure say?
Is it? Which one is that we want to go for? We want to go the one on the level, don't we? Queen's Chamber?
Yeah. Yeah, Queen's Chamber is the one we need. Well, here's hoping the person in the gift shop was right when they said that it was found in the Queen's Chamber. But that's what they said, so, it's got to be the start.
Okay, so do you proceed down, or do you try and get through this fenced-off passage?
Of course, because the Queen's Chamber is partially up, isn't it?
I guess we smash through.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to need to try and do that quite quietly because there's that big security station just behind you. So if you are going to do that...
Can I just use my plasma knife?
Yes, but it's going to... What I was going to say is a presence plus stealth roll, and if you fail it, it will be heard, so you might not want to all roll it and hoping one of you succeeds.
Who's got the best
Not
chance
great.
of succeeding? I got 9.
Same.
Ronnie, off you.
Sorry, what wrong? Sorry.
Presence and stealth, off you got.
Oh, sorry, I'm starting to feel the tiredness.
We'll be ending the session imminently, actually.
Oh yeah,
Well, in the next 10
yeah.
minutes.
Failed it quite spectacularly. Failed
Okay, so Dale starts pulling off the boards from the entrance, and of course, immediately it can be heard. So you rapidly become aware of two very pissed off Comoros agents descending down the passage behind you. We'll find out how you get out of that situation next week.
How the hell did they hear us?
It's possibly the elephant fingers going.
I was being so gentle. They must have really good hearing.
So, well, that's fine. We'll see for that cliffhanger or is the living mummy. So, you know, hope you've enjoyed that session. We're going to end the broadcast here, and thank you for tuning in, guys. 3 people watching. Woo-hoo. Don't forget, check out Twitch. I'll see if it's still in my clipboard. Twitch on Thursday. We're going to be running Prize Fighter. Woo, as an actual game on Twitch to try and raise money for charity. We'll also hopefully at some point Tuesday evening be doing a test run. If you're around for that, please do drop by. And that'll be sort of, if both nights should hopefully start at 8 o'clock. The test night, I'm not 100% on, obviously, because it's a test. Things might not be right. But Thursday is go live, and hopefully everything will work for that. So we'll see you then, and we'll see you next Saturday, 8 o'clock. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and thank you to the players for taking part tonight. Thank you, and good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Gotta click the button that's at the corner of my eye.